Have you ever lain awake at night, your mind spinning in endless circles, thinking about what could go wrong tomorrow, or replaying the mistakes of yesterday? Anxiety gnaws at your mind, your heart races, and your body feels like a prisoner of fear. You're not alone. Worry is a silent thief that steals your concentration, your energy, and even your health. But what if I told you there's a simple, practical formula tested by brilliant minds, everyday people, and even the gravest crises of life that can eliminate worry from your life forever? A method so effective that once applied, it frees your mind, restores your energy, and empowers you to face challenges with clarity and confidence. This is the story of Willis H. Carrier, the engineer who launched the air conditioning industry and turned worry into action. His magic formula is not just a theory, it is a life-changing technique you can start using today. In his early career, Willis H. Carrier worked for the Buffalo Forge Company in Buffalo, New York. He was assigned a massive project to install a gas cleaning device at the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company in Crystal City, Missouri. The device was supposed to remove impurities from the gas, preventing damage to the engines. But this was new technology, untried under real-world conditions. And then disaster struck. The installation didn't work properly. It worked after a fashion, but it failed to meet the guaranteed results. Carrier was stunned, his stomach twisted with anxiety. Sleep abandoned him. The weight of failure pressed down, almost crushing him. But here's where the story turns from despair to a lesson in mastery over worry. Instead of succumbing to fear, Carrier asked himself one simple question, the first step in his magic formula. What is the worst that can possibly happen? Carrier sat down and assessed the situation fearlessly and honestly. Could he be sent to jail? No. Could his life be threatened? Not at all. The worst-case scenario. He might lose his job. His employers might have to remove the machinery and lose the $20,000 invested. That's it. That was the absolute worst. No imagination, no dramatization, just the reality. Here's the first secret of defeating worry. Fear is amplified when you let your mind imagine endless catastrophes. When you define the absolute worst-case scenario clearly, the storm begins to calm. The clouds part, and suddenly you are standing on solid ground. The second step in Carrier's formula is acceptance. Once he defined the worst possible outcome, he mentally reconciled himself to it. He said to himself, if this failure costs me my job, I can get another. If the company loses $20,000, that's research and experimentation. They can absorb it. Acceptance is not resignation. It is not defeat. It is a conscious acknowledgement that whatever happens, you can endure it. Psychologically, this releases enormous energy. The mind, unshackled from endless fear, can now focus on solutions. William James, the father of modern psychology, called this the first step in overcoming any misfortune. Be willing to have it so. Lin Yatang, the Chinese philosopher, echoed the idea. True peace of mind comes from accepting the worst. Now comes the final, most powerful step. Work to improve on the worst. Once Carrier accepted the potential loss, he stopped wasting energy on panic and started thinking clearly. He explored ways to reduce the impact of the failure. Through tests and adjustments, he discovered that investing an additional $5,000 in equipment would solve the problem. The company didn't lose $20,000, they actually gained $15,000. Notice what happened. Worry vanished the moment he focused on action. Panic clouds your mind. Action clears it. Carrier's three-step formula is deceptively simple. Analyze the worst that can happen, prepare to accept it if necessary, calmly improve upon it. Apply this, and worry loses its power. Psychologically, this formula works because it plants your feet on solid ground. Worry flattens your focus and blinds your thinking. When you define the worst, accept it, and focus on solutions, you regain control. Your mind is no longer a storm-tossed ship, it is a steady vessel navigating the waters of reality. Millions of people wreck their lives because they refuse to accept reality. They fight an imaginary battle, fixated on what-ifs and could-bes. Carrier's method teaches a different way. Face reality, accept it, and act. Carrier's magic formula isn't just theory. It works for ordinary people in life-and-death situations. Consider a New York oil dealer, a student in Carnegie's classes. He discovered that some of his drivers were committing fraud, and a man claiming to be a government inspector demanded $5,000 in hush money. For 3 days, he couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. Anxiety consumed him. Should he pay? Should he fight? Panic blurred every thought. Then he remembered Carrier's formula. He asked, "What is the worst that can happen?" Answer: his business might be ruined. Acceptance followed. Mentally, he prepared for bankruptcy. Surprisingly, calm replaced panic. With a clear mind, he consulted his attorney the next morning, who revealed the inspector was a crook, wanted by the police. Problem solved, not by luck, but by clarity gained through acceptance. Why does this work? Because worry destroys concentration. It scatters your thoughts across countless imagined disasters. By facing the worst, you eliminate distraction. By accepting it, you free emotional energy. And by focusing on solutions, you channel your mind towards constructive action. Psychology proves it. When the brain anticipates loss without resistance, stress hormones decrease, decision-making improves, creativity returns, anxiety is replaced by empowerment. Now, imagine a man diagnosed with incurable duodenal ulcers, told by doctors to make out his will and expect death. His name? Earl P. Haney. Most people in his position would collapse under despair. But Haney made a decision. He accepted the worst, his death. And then he did something radical. He bought a ticket to travel around the world with a coffin. He drank, ate exotic foods, met new people, sang songs, played games, and fully embraced life. The result? He gained 90 pounds, healed his ulcers, and never fell ill again. By accepting the worst, he unlocked a calmness of mind that gave him a new birth of energy. Carrier's magic formula is not reserved for billion-dollar contracts, blackmail, or fatal illness. It works for you, right now. Financial fears, career crises, relationship problems, health anxieties. Step 1. Define your absolute worst-case scenario. Write it down. See it clearly. Step 2. Mentally accept it. Prepare yourself to endure it. Feel the liberation as tension drains from your body. Step 3. Act to improve upon it. What small steps can reduce the impact? Focus on these. Apply this in daily life. If a project fails, if a conversation goes wrong, if money is tight, face it, accept it, improve it. Watch how worry disappears, replaced by clarity, energy, and courage. The great secret of life is simple. You cannot control everything, but you can control how you respond. Worry is a habit. Carrier's formula breaks it. It turns panic into planning, fear into focus, anxiety into action. Today, I challenge you. Think of one problem that has been gnawing at your mind. Ask yourself calmly, what is the worst that can happen? Can I accept it if it does? What steps can I take to improve upon it? Try it. Feel the tension release. Notice how your mind clears, your energy returns, your vision sharpens. Willis H. Carrier faced a $20,000 disaster. The oil dealer faced blackmail. Earl P. Haney faced death. And all of them discovered the same truth. When you face the worst, accept it, and act, worry loses its power, and life opens its doors. Your worry-free life begins the moment you choose clarity over chaos. Choose it today.